Luke Lilledahl takes on Spencer Lee at Final X, 57 kilos. Lilledahl, I've seen him get smarter as a competitor. Freestyle, kind of the same thing. I can't speak for him and say that, hey, this is his preference, but you just notice that he's got an extra edge. I think there's just with what he's done already on the international stage, being a world champion. I mean, this is his time to kind of disrupt the flow of things, upset the apple cart. Spencer Lee. Now here's the thing about Spencer Lee. I do think at this point in time, I do lean Spencer Lee. I'm not going to say that, hey, I'm really thinking that Luke Lilledahl pulls this off. Somebody made a really good point, so I can't take full credit for this, but I think it's an appropriate assessment that Lee's wrestling career at this top tier has been fairly a roller coaster. That with the end of his high school career, the end of his collegiate career, and he just gets so close to that moment of glory and then ultimately falls short, but he keeps coming back for more. He just keeps coming back. He keeps coming back. So at some point in time, eventually he's going to seize his moment. Spencer Lee, I think if he continues on this path, would be an Olympic champion. I mean, he took Olympic silver. Like I said, he just gets so close. And he just doesn't get past the finish line at Spurs. So he's had that heartbreak. So I imagine he's kind of numb to all the pain at this point in time. But I think Lilledahl is a formidable opponent. The second Lee is ready to pass the torch, it's going straight to Lilledahl. I don't see anybody else after that.
Yeah, I mean, there may be some other guys coming up. I do think Lilledahl is as you said, just gets a little better every time out, just seems to pick up something from each match, win or lose along the way. I think for Spencer Lee, the good thing about the losses that he's had is I do think it helps keep that drive and the fire within him. And I think he approaches everything with a little bit of a chip on his shoulder now. And again, in wrestling, I never rule anything out. It's just a sport where, again, maybe somebody doesn't get a good night's sleep. Maybe they turn an ankle and aren't moving the way you expect them to, or, in a lifting session, they just tweak something. It's just hard to know. And again, it doesn't take much to throw you off your game or to open up a window of opportunity for an opponent. All of that being said, yeah, Spencer Lee clearly is the guy to beat. I guess I'm approaching him. Again, I certainly don't rule out the possibility of Luke Lilledahl winning. I don't rule out the possibility of anybody beating anybody else when it comes to Final X or really just about any of these top-level wrestling matches. But, Spencer just has so much experience, so much strength. I mean, his power is just I don't know that we've seen anything quite like it at that weight. So, to me, I'm looking more to see, all right, can Luke Lilledahl close the gap? Does it look, and I don't even mean score-wise, does it look like he's getting closer here in terms of the way he's wrestling? Again, in freestyle, especially if, one guy gets a leg lace and all of a sudden you turn him 4 times and when the match is over, I dominated him. Well, again, maybe you meet again. If the other guy gets the first takedown and he gets the leg lace, you have the opposite result. So to me, the score will be part of it, but it's just, what does it look like? Does it look like Luke Lilledahl is closing the gap? I also am really interested to see. Obviously, Ono now is at Penn State. I'm just the strategy.
Bring that up, yeah.
The strategy part of this, I do think is going to be interesting to watch from both sides to see just kind of what changes Lilledahl makes from the last time they met and what changes Spencer Lee makes as they both try to, again, continue to improve, obviously try to get on the world team here. The nice thing, I think, from Lilledahl's perspective, and I don't think he's approaching it this way, I guess more so from the Penn State perspective, is I don't think he has anything to lose. I think he can go out there, let it fly, have some fun, see where the chips fall, and then you move on and you continue to improve. you're going into your second year of college. You're taking on a guy that is a veteran and then some, and really has gone through just about anything and everything you could imagine this sport has to offer, from the highest of highs to the lowest of lows. Obviously, has battled through injuries, and I mean, he's just a guy that when you talk about veteran, Spencer Lee kind of epitomizes veteran. He's just seen and gone through, again, I think everything the sport can bring on you, and I think he has shown a toughness that is very special, and I think that resiliency is something you do have to tip your hat to, regardless of who you are in the sport. If you watch him compete, you give him a lot of credit for the way he goes about competing.
The key to this match very well might be Masanosuke Ono and what happened at that Flow Wrestling event. So we'll see if, yes, Lilledahl has any pointers there, but Spencer Lee battle tested, to say the very least, the strength. Yeah. But Lilledahl, where Spencer Lee is so defensively sound, Lilledahl is so offensively sound. So you're really getting a strength versus strength. Which one prevails, we will ultimately see, and very much break down more in the not too distant future.